So it's a very busy job that you have, and I guess this at the moment is just a little bit of a lull before the summer storm of tourists and
absolutely.
so on. Yeah? So you're getting a little bit of a break. Mm-hmm. Excellent. Glad to hear it. So what's the focus then at this time of the year in the council? I guess getting everything ready for the population tripling in size?
Yes. Not just that, but because how the climate works and how the sea works in the summer, we have to be prepared for that too. Mm-hmm. Not just the people, but also consequences and things that happen in summer.
Right, yes. So let's start with responsible tourism. What does that involve?
So the thing is, I wanted to focus today and maybe in the whole summer about prevention, health, respect, and responsibility. Because that's, for me, those are the foundations of a good summertime. And those, we can, live together with people who come, but also it's important for us to take care, of the environment and things that live with us every day of the year, really. So, responsible tourism. So, the tourism department in Javea has a set of materials that they can give to the holiday rental owners. So if you have a holiday rental...
So information?
Yeah, you can go to a tourist info. So they can give you a set of materials you can give to your guests so they know how to behave properly and how to do things that might be different in their hometown. Things like recycling or how to take care of water and things like that, right?
Fire prevention, which we talked about last time.
Yes, obviously, yeah. So they created a decalogue of the responsible tourist. And that also applies for us locals.
Okay.
It does.
We should comply also.
Yes,
absolutely.
We should, absolutely. So your rights as a tourist are the same rights you have as a citizen. But obviously, if you're coming here, you have the right to have all the information and all the legal procedures and documents you really need to do that. So please, when you come to Javea, do it through legal channels and documented channels so you don't have trouble. And also that you are helping the town grow, not just doing things illegal or things like that.
I know that some holiday apartments here, because I've seen it, actually have a folder with lots of information, not about just places to visit and where to go, but exactly about things like this.
The thing is that there are loads of apartments that are not registered, so they are not paying taxes and they are getting money out of tourism, but they are not helping the town. They are causing trouble.
I'm going to ask you what's happening about that. Is it easy to do something about it for the council, or is it difficult to find out all of these apartments sort it out?
It's difficult. We have in the urbanism area, we have people trying to reach all these people, and also with the rubbish taxes now for holiday rentals as well. So we are trying to get all the information, but it's really difficult because there are so many. And just please be a responsible citizen and tell us and help us grow, not just create trouble.
So does that involve, if somebody does know that there's a property being rented illegally, that they let the town hall know that something can be done about it?
Sure, they can do that, yeah.
Excellent. Okay. I know we have had some people mention this in the past.
Yes.
So, and we have passed the information on because we're a responsible radio station.
Yes, because, we are all citizens of Javea and we all want for Javea to be the greatest place possible. And that is only done if we collaborate and we do it together, right?
So what do we say to the average tourist that arrives here? What's the brief?
So thing is, it's not about rights, but about obligations, really. Because rights, as I said, the only different thing is the legal procedures and things like that. But when you come to a place that is new, you have to respect the rules and the habits, the history, the culture, the traditions. And I said that applies also to people that are foreigners and then they come here, right?
To live. Mm-hmm.
So if we eat late, you get used to it. We speak Spanish, so don't expect for people to know English or German or Russian because it's not that common in here. So things like that. And also trying to respect the things that make us different and special. We talked about fire prevention, right?
Yeah, we did.
Because we have a lot of trees in here, a lot of green areas. But I understand you want to do a barbecue, but if you do a barbecue, you're going to create trouble for the town. So please just respect that and follow the rules so we can cohabit, right? Things like that. What else? Enjoy the natural resources with responsibility. We have a lot of protected natural areas. And to preserve them and the species, you have to respect them. It's prohibited to take stones, some architectural things, animals, things like that. It's absolutely prohibited because you are destroying their habitats. I know a lot of people that take rocks to take them home.
That's true.
You don't do that, please. Help us help the environment. So
if every tourist takes a couple of rocks, that's quite a lot of rocks to take from,
that's it. And that's a natural resource. We cannot create new rocks just, magic.
It takes a few million years, yes.
It does. And things like that. And for example, right now it has started the season for turtles, right?
Yeah.
And they are protected. So if you see a turtle or if you see a trace in the beach, you should call 112 to let them know so they can come and protect them. Things like jellyfish, I know they are annoying. They are annoying for all of us, but it's their home. The sea is their home, so please do not take them out to die. Because I've seen people do that. So we should respect the place we're in. Things like that happen, and we should be sensible about it. And use public transport whenever you can. We know transport is quite difficult in here, so please just walk.
The parking seems to be an issue right the way throughout the year these days. It used to be just the summer months. Now, doesn't matter when.
Because we have a lot of tourists during the whole year.
Indeed we do now, right the way through, yeah.
Yeah, so Javea is beautiful. You can walk almost everywhere. So just do, or use a bicycle, or a skate, what are the things called?
Scooters.
The scooters, yeah.
Lots of places to hire those as well.
Yes, you can do that. And please, if you do, just use, you go where you should go. Do not go in the middle of the road or things like that, because that could be dangerous, obviously. Attempt to minimize your waste. And that is important when it comes to recycling, because here in Spain we are quite conscious about recycling, and we do that. And in other countries it doesn't work that way, right? So we could have trouble knowing what to put in each container, things like that. So we have Xavia Més Bonica, which is the brand we have for the waste management company. And they have a web page and they have social media and everything, and they teach you how to do that properly.
Where to put the right things.
Yes, that's it. And where to find containers, the special containers and things like that.
Because there are some difficult ones, like cooking oil, for instance. Used cooking oil.
So you have specifics in there. But basically, blue container, papers, boxes, cardboard, always folded and clean. If they have food in it or oil, it cannot go into the blue container. Then yellow container, cans, bricks, plastic bottles, so never CDs, clothes, toys, diapers, or things that have mixed plastic in it. Unless it says so. So if it says
recyclable in that,
yes, then you can put it in there. Then green container, glass, basically. So no cosmetic jars and things like that, because it's not glass.
No ceramic.
No ceramic, no dishes, no things
and not tops of jars either.
No. Then brown container, and that's a new one, the organic waste that they are implementing right now. You should throw the paper or the cardboard that is dirty,
contaminated by the food,
with, yes, oil or things like that. And then organic waste, so
potato peelings and stuff,
things like that, like fish or meat, things like that. And then the grey container for everything else. But we have green containers that are special for the green things, so the plants and furniture. Maybe you have special containers.
And there are special containers for clothing in certain areas as well.
So we have
recycling clothing.
Punto limpio, it's called the clean point, where you have more things. And if not, there's always a vehicle. It's kind of a truck, small truck going around where you can put batteries and oil.
One of the best jobs in Javea, that, you know. Well, and they do such a great job, I have to say.
So nice.
Amazing,
yes.
Yeah.
So that's for waste. Then obviously support small businesses and local handicrafts. We have so many places in here that you can visit in the Old Town, in the Puerto, in the Arenal, and also in the urbanization sometimes as well. So you go and buy there and you help,
Please shop locally. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you create new jobs and things like that. Then optimize responsible use of water and energy.
Difficult one, that, can't it be? Because, it gets so warm, so aircons kind of go on and just stay on.
But we could talk about, water.
Certainly, yeah.
I think it's easier. So today, water is a scarce resource, unfortunately.
And we have a recycling plant in Javea.
We do. So we usually do not have trouble with that because we have the desaladora.
We don't generally have the water shortages.
But with the desaladora, we provide other towns as well.
Yes.
Like Benitachell, Teulada, and so on. Mm-hmm. So if we use that much water, we are not going to be able to help them if they need water. So it's responsibility, again.
Mm-hmm. Shower with a friend, we used to say, when there were water issues in Britain.
That's it. So what can you do to save some water? Do not use the washing machine or the dishwasher with a half load. I understand if you're a tourist, that could be difficult, but you wait.
Especially with the baggage allowances on some airlines these days.
Water at dusk or dawn to avoid evaporation, because it's so hot in here that you're going to lose water just by it. You can improve the filtration system and do not drain the pool unnecessarily, that for people who live here. You turn off the tap when you're soaping, when you're washing the dishes, when you're cleaning your teeth, things like that. And you shower instead of bathing.
Right.
But
so
that applies to 5-minute showers, not to 20 or 30-minute showers.
Not
obviously.
Guilty. Actually guilty sometimes, yes. But anyway.
Me too.
Yeah.
Me too. But we need to be conscious about that because water is very important for us. It's a 70% of our body, really.
Yes.
So imagine. Things like that. Easy things can make a great impact. Yes, they can. And then, obviously, responsible tourists, you try our gastronomy, our cooking and things
Which is amazing. There are more restaurants in Javea than I think there are days of the year.
Maybe. That could be true.
I want to try that one year. We start it in January, just go every day for lunch and see.
Yeah, and also buy seasonal because things change and you can try new things with the season. Respect the rest periods of your neighbors.
Siesta time
and night time, because you might be here on vacation, but we are working.
Oh, yeah.
So, you know that.
I know that one.
You know that.
I've got 97 new apartments next to me. I know that.
But not also periods of rest, but also installations, especially municipal installations. It's not your house. You wouldn't treat your house like that. So if you are renting a house, you should treat it like yourself.
Your own.
Right? And then coexistence, education. I understand that you might have different traditions or different ways or customs, but do not treat others in a bad way just because you think they're being rude. Maybe they are not being rude. So, for example, us Spaniards, we are so loud. And that doesn't... We are.
Really? I know that when the survey comes out every year and Spain is at the top of the loudest country in the world, I know Spaniards, they're quite happy about that.
Yeah. But you cannot say we are being rude.
That's
it's just
the way it
we're
is.
Happy, we're energetic and things like that. So just respect the different ways of different cultures. Yeah, things like that. And by practicing responsible and sustainable tourism, you can encourage others to follow your example.
Indeed, you can.
That's very important, yeah. Again, not also tourists, but citizens, yeah. I wanted to talk about, I don't know, do we have time?
It depends where you want to go. Yeah, I was going to ask you one thing about the rubbish tax, actually, because Anita...
you asked me that. And
she
let's see
she
how
said,
much time I have.
do we know what's happening about the rubbish tax? When can businesses in Javea expect their bills? This is part of an ongoing project, I think.
Yes. So the rubbish tax has changed. We talked about it because of the new law. And in Javea, the biggest changes are businesses are going to pay a bit more and houses are being they're going to change in terms of the size and things like that.
So it's generally going to be based on the size of your premises, effectively.
Yes. And And also, holiday rentals are going to start paying. They didn't pay before.
Once we know where they all are.
Yes, that's true. And so right now, it's a difficult process because we have to study.
It's quite a big project, yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be like personalized. So we know like the size and how many people you're going to have in your house, and for businesses also what you were paying, what are you going to pay
what
now.
your business is.
Yes,
and, yeah.
but the town hall is going to like make contact with you to tell you how much you're going to pay.
Okay, so there's nothing that a business owner needs to do right now, but wait until
I don't think
they
so.
hear from the town hall.
I'm
understand.
coming back on the 2nd of July, so
Yeah.
if I have any more news, I
Okay.
can bring them with me.
Brilliant.
Yeah. I wanted to talk about nautical practices because
Okay.
we have boats everywhere, and you have a manual on how to do it like properly.
Well, yes, there's boating licenses. I mean, you shouldn't be driving a boat without the license.
Yeah.
But then...
I don't mean that. I
Okay.
mean about like respecting the environment you're in, because many people don't do it. And the thing is, you cannot throw rubbish. That should be
Overboard.
like, yes. I mean, that's
Yes,
logical.
it should
but
be.
Yeah. Again, you cannot collect marine animals or rocks, stones, things like that. No, completely forbidden. You shut off the motor when it's not like required, because fish are living under you and plants as well. So you can, let them rest in their house. You have to respect the safety distances. And if you have a boating license, you should know about that.
Indeed, yeah.
Because we have yellow buoys, you cannot trespass them.
Yeah.
Because I've seen boats like...
Behind the yellow buoys.
Yeah,
you should not
navigating
be
where
coming
people are
further.
swimming.
Yeah, absolutely
That's
not.
not safe. So you have your place and swimmers have their own place, and jet skis and things like that. Carefully monitor where you moor the anchor. Because we have a thing called Posidonia, which is seagrass, that is protected. Because it's so special. And if you throw your anchor where Posidonia is, you're
It
going
can
to
do
kill
a heck
it.
of a lot of damage, yeah.
Yes. So a lot of Posidonia has been killed because of that. And we have to do something about it. So you have to be very careful. You have like mooring zones with buoys specifically for you, where you can...
Like in Sardine Bay, for instance,
Yes,
yeah.
I understand. You are there, you want to be like resting by yourself, not with other boats. But if you go away and you moor the anchor and you're going to kill Posidonia, so you just go to the places that are designated for you to be there, and you stay there and you respect the environment where you're in. And the thing is, we have a lot of natural reserves and things, places that are protected, like especially the Cabo de San Antonio part, but also other places. And right now, if you moor the anchor there, you're going to get a fine. And
Big fine.
Big fine, yes. And they are sending some notifications for people to know about it. But the thing is, unfortunately, we have to fine people, because if not, we do not care about the things.
Well, those with boats licenses should know what they're doing and where they can and can't drop anchor.
You navigate without motors if you can do it, so you do not like harm or disturb the animals that are living there. You do not throw, moor the anchor if not necessary. Use the buoys that are designated to it. You respect the swimmers. We have to live together. That's the thing.
And respect the environment.
Again, so the tourist department has in the offices, they have this manuals and this decalogue and everything that I'm talking about. So you can get there and, know about it.
Okay, plenty more coming up next time around in July on things, do's and don'ts of the summer in Javea and in Spain in general, really, because most of what we've been saying applies right across the country.
Yes, it does.
Certainly does. Raquel, thank you very much indeed. What are you doing for San Juan?
I'm going to enjoy it, and I encourage everyone to enjoy it and live the traditions.
Excellent. And I know you've got some programs available for the children once the summer starts.
Yes, we are going to give them in the schools, but also the tourist offices will have them.
Okay, so those school programs or school holiday programs are available. All right, nice to speak to you again. See you in a month.
Nice to speak to you.
Thanks a lot.